I'm Cyan Cyber, a commentator for CCL this year, and I am joined here by Muke from UC Berkeley. Hello, Muke.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Vic.
Hi, I'm Ampiers Law. I'm the team captain for Team B.
I'm the team captain for Team A.
Waterloo.
Waterloo, yeah.
Hi, I'm Absurd Potato, and I'm the team captain for UCLA B.
Hi, I'm Ethernet Cable.
I'm Oxford Valley.
I'm not guest anymore.
And I'm Total Totals.
Hello, I am in-game name Keitason Black, probably more commonly referred to as Interrogator. Two of our team members are not here today, so we have two stand-ins. But aside from that, I am the team captain and current president of the University of Washington Tetris Club.
Hi, I'm Koopa. This is my third year in CTL with the UW team. My favorite tournament, Go Dogs.
Hello, I'm Flower Petal. I was captain last 2 years of the UW team. This year I'm stepping back a little bit, so Interrogator's the captain. But of course I'm very happy to play.
I'm Walnut, or Getting Iridium Band, or Potaflow, or maybe one of various other names from U of T, and I am the low-ranking team captain.
Yeah, I don't go by as many names, but I am Gruber, playing Tetris for a couple of years now.
Hello, I'm Sable. Obviously I represent University of British Columbia. I think we're a pretty fun team to watch, I hope. The team vibes are really good in our team. We all kind of trust each other to win our specific match. So I think that's something that's cool.
After Swiss stage finished, Kavuzo Pi called your team full of D-ranking Smurfs allegedly. Do you agree with this comment, or do you think it was not accurate?
I think it's generally true. Honestly, I think all 5 of our players are probably a bit lower ranked than we could be. I think Hyperlink especially has had an incredible performance this entire league. Obviously, went to tiebreaker against somebody who's like 1,000 TR above him against Toronto. So I would say, I don't want to, sound a bit arrogant, but I would say that yes.
We're all pretty close friends, and we run a lot of friendlies, especially amongst the team, to warm up and practice. So I feel like the team knows all the members pretty well. And I think morale's good because we've kind of been the underdogs for so many matches, and we've come out of it doing a lot better than maybe anyone would have thought.
Yeah, I think that sums it up really well. We're all pretty close. The A and the B team and, the subs are mostly we're always talking with each other. We're always making jokes. I think we're, always just trying to do our best every game. And we're, if it ends up great, I think that's just that's great for us. And, even if it doesn't end up perfect, at least we're having fun.
Our team vibes are pretty chill because we're all basically just friends and we just hang out. And we probably play more mahjong than Tetris. So
This is true.
I think the vibes on the team are pretty romantic, I would say. It's everyone's very very friendly with each other and good vibes overall. Pretty good vibes, I would say.
Yeah, and also you're heading into your third playoffs in 3 years, and so you are the defending champions as well as you're on the cusp of a three-peat. So is that exciting for you guys, or is it just how do you feel in general about this year's tournament?
Well, it is worth noting that the medals, not medals, trophies that we got from the previous 2 years are currently displayed in one of the gaming rooms on campus, on the residential hill. I'd be very excited for there to be 3 so that there's some symmetry, one on the top, 2 on the sides. And also now that we're part of UCLA eSports, it's nice to be able to say we actually won something. What do you think as a freshman on this team? I'm looking forward to getting a three-peat. So
Yeah, you were not on the previous.
Wait, I think it's nice that especially because we're official. It's like our first official event for UCLA esports, I guess. And then mainly, I guess vibes going in. I think we're pretty expected to win, so not too nervous there. But yeah, I'm definitely excited. Definitely excited to win.
Team vibes. I think it's going. I wish there were more vibes. We need more people joining VC. At this point, it's like we got Big Joe for the vibes. He's boosting our A team morale every time we're playing. Any thoughts, Gruber?
Yeah, vibes are like they're there, but they're kind of not there at the same time. It is a little bit dead. And
could do
but
with
like
more
I do feel like that with the addition of Fortis or Fort, it's been a little better when he shows up. But like
I think for what I've seen is just like the whole team's been like super involved this year. Like everybody is like super dedicated to like being at all the matches. And then there's just been like an overall increase in like how much we play the game for the most part. So it's been really cool to see that. It's a pretty good vibe where like the whole team is super engaged.
Yeah, I'm fully in agreement. Like, honestly, this has been a incredibly fun experience. That just like we've been communicating incredibly well. Like in the middle of every single match, we all have like comms and help each other focus in on what we should do to do better. But like alongside that, one of the biggest factors is this one oh shoot, okay. Grape ending up joining our team definitely helped a lot. Last year, one of our biggest problems was that we didn't really have that much in terms of like top level talent. So having someone who's like able to go toe to toe with some of these top level players definitely helps a lot when it comes to like drafting, when it comes to well the matches themselves.
Do you think that the addition of Grape has made how much easier has it made drafting? Like has it made it easier to play into like these upper league teams that have like 4 or 5 X ranks on their roster?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Not really in the way that you might assume, because ultimately Grape by far the best player on our team, but he just there's still a pretty noticeable gap between like Grape's level of skill and I guess like a Kabuzo Pai or a Muke or a Anberdoodle. So when it comes to like the super upper matchups, it doesn't make that much of a difference. But just in general, having someone who's capable of like playing consistently, playing really strong against any X rank opponent that otherwise would be a challenge for like anyone else on the team has been definitely a lifesaver in a lot of situations.
Do you guys like meet up before matches or like during matches, or is it just like in VCs? And it's like, how does that really go for you guys? Like, is there anything important happening in these VCs that you can give insight on?
So we don't really meet in person because it's usually best to play at the dorm setup. So some of us do play at the eSports training center on campus, which also happens to be where we're filming this. There's also a Valcom in the corner over there. But anyway, we usually just voice call on Discord during our matches. Lots of fun stuff goes down there. Isaac, why don't you answer the rest of this one?
I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff that goes on in the VCs, and like, we don't really meet up in person because like, it's better to play from our dorm setups, and sometimes we do play in the esports training center on campus.
I literally just repeated everything I said, bro.
Dude, what?
My bad.
So typically we just do our matches in a Discord voice call. Occasionally we will meet up, but if it's inconvenient, then we generally prefer to play from like the relaxing setting of our own homes. That tends to make us bring out our best game to each match. And we do a lot of talking feedback during each round, trying to figure out ways to improve drafting strategies and things like that.
Yeah, and like during these talking stages, like we mostly just give in-game coaching, right? And we also let the other person know when their opponent has made a giga misdraw, so they can capitalize and break, for example.
It's mostly online. I know that our team captain and Plu often go to the gaming lounge to play together, but other than that, it's mostly online.
Usually we're like in a Discord call, and sometimes like a couple of us might come to the esports lounge. Like I come here to play my game. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else comes though.
I play on my MacBook usually.
Yeah. In general, I think we're more comfortable with our setups at home or in our dorm. So
yeah, mostly we're just like on VC.
So
yeah,
your team is officially a part of the school's esports organization. And well, how does this affect the team's participation and operations?
I'd say mostly
gives us access to this esports lounge that we have, because and that allows us to be able to hold a lot more in-person events than we probably otherwise would have. And for example, like this upcoming match against our A team is probably going to be held in this lounge just for the fun of it, and so we can all gather together.
Yeah, fun fact. UCLA Esports put on an event earlier on in the last quarter, where basically it was an event where all the top players got set to the slowest settings possible, and then they challenged anybody to beat them. And that's actually how I got introduced to the UCLA Esports team. Before, like, I knew abstractly that they existed, but that was kind of my first exposure to them, and it led me to, joining the Tetris team and all that.
How do you guys handle drafts, coaching, and analysis throughout the games?
We don't.
Do you guys just wing it?
Yep. I look at their rosters, I think 10 minutes before each match, and then off of that, I determine, yep, this guy's banned, and that's about it. Coaching,
Yeah, we don't do
I'm
any
not in a
coaching
spot to do that.
at
Yeah.
all. Yeah, like
Yeah, none of that's
we
going
don't really.
on.
Yeah, we've kind of just been meeting up once every week and just calling it a day. But I feel like the process for like drafting is a little more involved though. Like throughout our matchups, we've been trying to, for what it seems like, we've been trying to like pick matchups in a way where we wouldn't maximize points, but would just win sets. And I think that part has been pretty fun, and like that part has been pretty involved.
Basically, what we've been doing for the past couple of weeks is just Oxford Valley has been doing a lot of analyzing the like other players, like analyzing their play styles and stuff. And then after that, we just draft, and we basically do that all together.
Yeah, basically to build on that, I'm basically looking at like opponents' Tetra League matches or recent like gameplay, and basically trying to find like what are they good at, like are there any openers to watch out for? How fast or slow do they play? Do they like to counter spike, for example? Just things to watch out for and things to potentially exploit to potentially give us an advantage.
Yeah.
When it comes to drafting, we basically just try to look at all the possible outcomes that could result that could happen in the match. So we'll consider who to ban, what happens if they ban certain players of us or of ours, and then we're basically just trying to win and maximize point differential.
So my team is composed of, we have 2 teams, which is amazing for this year. And then as for my role within the team, I'm mostly in the organizing side, but I also do a lot of the planning. So I'm in charge of watching my opponents play and figuring out who I want to send. I'm in charge of making sure that everyone is able to play on that day, which is a little bit tougher. Whenever we play like in person, which is always fun to do, I'm in charge of like booking rooms and stuff like that.
So we have 5 X ranks, I think. So our team is pretty evenly spread, with Kev over here being a little bit higher than the rest. So he's normally our ace in the hole. We try and save him for later. But other than that, I think our drafting is normally pretty like even. It doesn't matter too much what happens. I guess Tolvid is a little bit higher, but he's not here right now. And then we have our team captain Eric here. He's very responsible and he's a great guy. And he's gonna tell you more.
Oh yeah, about this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Usually about drafting, right? We just look at who we're going up against. Like you said, it's very even, but I think we try really, really hard to maximize how we can win each game.
How's the new rules this year been affecting your teams? In particular, the 2 new bans in the system, as well as the no bonus point for winning a set now.
Right. We found that like the old strategy was to do the lose win thing, right? But we found that like the 2 bans doesn't really change a whole lot. The meta now that we found is to ban their 2 lowest players. Each team is going to ban the other team's 2 lowest players, and we're going to end up sending off the lowest player instead, and then do lose them from there. And then there's like some other variations where you do like lose, win, and they take another win like in game 4 or 5, something along those lines. So we found that it doesn't change a whole lot, but I think it does add some more depth to the drafting, which does make it more fun.
I will say also, since our like lower 3 players are pretty, I would say almost like identical, like skill wise, like it's pretty. Like whoever goes in the first, or whoever gets banned and goes in the first round, there's always someone that we can send to do the job of like just a lower skill level player, I guess.
On my end, I'll say that we do a lot of like practice to make sure that we're not washed, so that when we play our matches, we're not doing horribly, and we also do a lot of in-house scrims with each other.
Yeah, typically we just kind of do some like draft preparation in like the week beforehand. We'll kind of look at the other team and figure out who do we think can beat who, and then from there we'll plan out our draft. We usually have like flow charts planned out and stuff. As for coaching, sometimes like we'll give like loose tips or advice to the lower ranked players. We haven't done like formal coaching or anything.
As for adjusting to the double band system or just the bands, it's been really interesting. It's been a lot of fun. I usually just make a large like flowchart for all of this, and just having to think about like whether they ban so and so. It has made my life a lot easier, honestly, because our team like comp is I'm the highest ranked player, and then our next highest ranked player is quite below me, and then the next highest ranked below there is a decently. So it's a very top heavy team where we're relying a lot on like a few players. That being said, all of our players do play like a huge role in this, and because of that, having bans makes it so much easier to force like certain matchups.
Yeah, we have weekly meetings every Tuesday where we just like head on campus, take up one of the rooms, and just kind of chill out. With the CTL season, like a lot of the time has been spent for like me specifically working on the draft and just kind of getting input during meetings for that. But aside from that, we have had like a couple of just general coaching sessions, like on some weekends or another, in order to just like get the team ready for whatever matchup we're facing.
Yeah. Regarding that, have you done any like matchup specific prep? Have you tried to like coach players? Oh, this player is like an opener main, so we're gonna get someone who's good at, we're gonna teach you how to play against openers for the week, or is it more general than that?
For the most part, it's general. For the most part, it's just like we know you're better, just do your best. But in week 3 specifically, with our matchup against NCSU, I specifically labbed out against one of their players, and then ultimately it kind of didn't matter because the Amber Doodle unfortunately had to drop, so the draft just kind of got messed up from there.
Relating to that, what was your road to playoffs like? Do you have any highlights, any memorable games that you played, any interesting moments?
Road to playoffs was interesting to say the least because our Bushels honestly was a lot more scuffed than it really should have been. Fort doing a thing, and also University of Texas literally losing every single match did not help us very much there. So ultimately, the way that we qualified was just kind of, we recognized that in order to qualify, we had to win every match. And so honestly, I said this before in like the 4th week post-match interview. Super proud of the team. I mean, we have the 2nd highest point differential behind UCLA, but honestly, they don't count because UCLA is nightmarish. And yeah, I think that that's just going down to how much effort that everyone ended up putting in. Like ultimately, we were kind of expected to end up in the playoff slots, but I think that we even still just ended up exceeding expectations just with like how well we ended up playing, how well all our matches went, and there ultimately like wasn't really that many surprises.
We had quite a bit of like challenging matchups against both UBC and Purdue, which was definitely like, it definitely wasn't easy to get to the playoffs, but we got very lucky with an upset in the last round. So
CMU versus UCSD.
Yeah, CMU winning kind of got us into playoffs.
because we would have had to beat Purdue otherwise, and
that was a bit too much.
I don't know if that would
it was a really difficult task.
Yeah. But playing UBC and Purdue gave us like a lot of difficulties. So
yeah, I guess that's good.
I wouldn't say highlights, but I think we had some crazy upsets. Quite the opposite.
We were quite upset.
First few games, were like pretty chill. Like it was just the first few matches, like unfair matchups. So like kind of just steamrolled their team. But last two matches, like, yeah, a little bit of a different story because yeah, one of our
There
team
might have
members
been
didn't
a
show up.
strong player missing that could have maybe helped us win those games. But surely they'll be there for playoffs and it'll go a lot better.
I still do think that we did put up like a decently good fight. At least a good enough fight to like have enough points to make it into playoffs even after losing. So like I'm not too mad about it.
In the round Fort played, that was pretty fun to watch him go 5 PPS against Grape. Poor guy. I need to apologize to him later. Gruber had actually some great rounds as well. Kiwi unfortunately got thrown into the enemy low rank half the time, so wish you got to see more of that. But he's been performing. Other highlights. Luke's spins are always fun to watch. His vision for spins is immaculate. And then I'm sad. I have no comments on myself.
Hoping for some more memorable moments in the playoffs though. I feel like as mentioned before, like the games leading up to this have been a lot of upsets. So not a lot of stuff I want to think about or remember for that matter.
Yeah. I think this iteration of CDL has had kind of like uneven skill distributions, like from seed 1 to seed 16. So we had a pretty smooth ride for most of the games, except for week 3 game against UCLA. They were a pretty tough opponent. We did what we could, but yeah, it was pretty close. But then the other 3 games, I think they went pretty well. Yeah, they were pretty fun games.
I will say, Berkeley beating U of T was kind of really gigantic for our boot holes, which kind of basically guaranteed that we get seed 2 no matter what, since Berkeley became like, their like stock went way up. And since we beat them in the first or second week, then our stock also went up. They kind of helped like secure a second seed and a pretty good bracket.
Yeah, and I would like to highlight our match versus UCLA. We've proven that any one of their players can be beaten by any one of our players. So next year, we'll win against them.
So you guys were initially seeded 8th by Glico, and you guys earned the 8th seed in the playoffs. Would you say you're surprised this was the outcome, or was this expected?
It was like sort of expected because after the first like 2 rounds, we were like, oh, we're kind of like in a good spot. But at the same time, it was kind of scary because we didn't know if we were gonna make it because of like an upset need to happen or like.
I think Berkeley got a good upset against U of T, which I did not. That negatively impacted our chances. But.
Yeah, it was kind of scary, but we played like well, I guess, to our expectations.
Especially against UIUC, that one was. I think we drafted well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we played and drafted well, and then after that, it was just we got the luck that we needed, and we made it to playoffs.
I know I commentated one of your matches against NYU, and that one was really interesting to watch because you actually bought counterpick, which I thought was definitely an interesting strategy. So it's just like anything like that.
Yeah, no, that one, I'm so happy that was a correct play because I was having so much anxiety of whether or not I just kind of threw my team. No, honestly, other than I think one of our matches, all of them have been so close. Against UCSD, it was a tie, like a perfect tie, and then we won off them buying counterpick, which was insane. They played so well. That game honestly made me have to I started setting up like different strategies because I've never considered forcing a win on round 3. It's always like, it'll be nice, maybe. And then of course our upset against U of T. That was a major thing. Sadly, they didn't have Fortsum, their main player. That being said, my team, honestly, they played so much better than I was expecting. They did great.
I think as a team, we're really spoiled for choice since we have 4 top, I think, 30 players. So usually the strat for a lot of teams that are top heavy is you want your best players to get sweeps and your worst players to just try to steal some rounds. But when you have 4 players that are kind of capable of sweeping most people in the tournament, you can kind of afford to do a lot of nonsense. The one match I remember not going as planned was against UC Irvine when a certain red guy over here did get upset by U-Rank. But, even with downfalls like that, our team is strong enough to kind of pick up the slack where others sometimes fall short, and I think that's what makes our team so strong. Yeah, well, what do you think about that?
Yo, so like nothing I do ever matters, right? So I play like such, and I think it's very fun to do so, and until I lose, which it's very not fun if I lose.
honestly, when we lost against the last team, I was really surprised that we made the playoffs at all. I thought it was over. So yeah, it was a surprise throughout the entire league for me.
Yeah, I think we're both very surprised on how we did. I think our team played really well, and I think we're both very happy with how everyone did, and we're very proud of everyone.
You mentioned Muke as one of those very scary players that you don't really want to play against. Your quarterfinals matchup is against Berkeley, who has Muke on their roster. What have you considered about this matchup, and how confident are you going into it?
To not reveal anything, we're ignoring that one. We basically just written it off as a sweep. We'll try our best regardless. I think potentially a couple of our members might be able to get 1 or 2 points, but yeah, I mean, Muke's very scary. He's a super consistent player. He's an incredible defensive mind, and it's probably not going to go great for us, so we're mostly focusing on the rest of the matchups.
How do you feel about the rest of the matchups? Do you think you have a good shot to pull off, I guess, the upset in terms of seeding?
I don't want to reveal too much. I will say we have plans in the making, and again, I'm very confident and very happy with how well this team plays, so I'm ultimately concerned about kind of just like if they throw any curveballs at us. I know that when it comes to like our base gameplay and when it comes to just like our base draft, we are strong enough to at least put up a really strong fight against Berkeley.
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't fully looked at their team. Luckily, I have also played against most of them, but that's also kind of scary because they're all pretty good. I won't talk strategy, but I will say I think we have a pretty good chance of winning. As long as everything goes well, everyone's playing well, we don't have a random... Over here is currently like storming, so as long as our internet also doesn't go out, should be fine.
How do you expect playoffs to go? Really, it's like how do you expect to fight your B team as your first matchup? Like how do you think that's gonna go?
Yeah, I think it'll be our toughest opponents in the bracket for sure. We're all gonna have to make sure we're locked in, and 20 TL games a day to warm up for this. I think. Yeah, I think once we get past the first match, it'll be smooth sailing for sure.
I agree with that.
How do you guys feel about playing against the A team?
Well, I feel like it's gonna be a good time regardless, because we know the A team, and we generally know our play styles pretty well, but we kind of know what the result is going to be, so we're just here to have fun and have a good time.
And it's really funny.
Yeah,
That is the spirit.
There might be some playing the match.
Yeah, like looking out people's computers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, really, we're against the 1 seed. It's like no pressure to do well. There's no pressure to win. So we're probably just gonna do our best to have fun.
Yeah, we might be trolling a little bit.
Yeah, we might be.
Do you wish though that you could be playing a more even matchup? Because it seems to be a little bit of an uphill battle here.
I mean, the ultimate. I mean, the coolest thing would be to have UCLA A versus UCLA B in the finals. So like, obviously, I think there is some part of us that would hope that we could have gotten like a luckier like seeding and like better playoff route. But I mean, we get to go up against our A team, which was kind of the goal like all along. So I think we're pretty happy.
Yeah, and either way, we are 8th seed, so we would have to do an upset.
We have to do multiple upsets.
Multiple upsets, yeah.
So just how are you feeling going into your first playoff match against Waterloo?
They will like seed 6 or something, right? Seed 9, right. Yeah. So our average Glico is quite a bit higher than theirs, so we're feeling pretty good about it. Hopefully it's going to be a really good match. We're looking forward to playing them and stuff.
So looking at the seeds, it's obviously it's a big TR difference. So we have to kind of draft really meticulously if we want a chance of beating Purdue. So we've been kind of looking at strategies, looking at who our players would be good against and like their weaknesses, our weaknesses, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we were looking at like their play styles, and we were also looking at you know, some of the stats and their previous win-loss records against the other schools. We're gonna try our very best. We're not gonna give any spoilers to our strategy.
Coming into the playoffs against Purdue, what challenges are you guys going to be expecting?
One of your upsets in Swiss stage was obviously the University of Toronto. They were seeded twice, and you're playing them again in the quarterfinals. Do you think you'll be able to do it again? Are you confident in your ability to play into that higher seeded match and win?
You know, it is unfortunate that we have to fight them again. I'm not sure how they lost their fourth round. They must have had a missing player or something, but I think we're confident. We have plans already, and we've kind of discussed who's gonna do what. So I think we're confident that we can win.
Yeah. Are there any specific matchups you're looking forward to playing against Toronto?
Well, I wouldn't want to spoil anything, but if I had the chance, I would love to play against Clear Sky.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I don't think we'll struggle too much against them. Not any shade, but
Yeah, we want to get our revenge, bro. We hate UBC.
that is so true. Except KRH, I love KRH.
Moving on, beyond individual performance and attendance, do you have any plans to reconsider how you approach the CTL strategy against UBC or anyone else?
I mean, the strategy has to be reconsidered, assuming our roster is one player different than last time, but I don't think we need to do any extra planning of any sorts. It'll just can just play by ear and it should go fine.
Yeah, that would just depend on the team as well. Like I feel like we would just always have to change up our plans depending on the and yeah, and that's what we plan to do for UBC as well.
What other teams in playoffs are you looking to play against, or just any teams I think you think are interesting, I guess, in the playoffs that you think could make big waves happen?
So if we do win against our first game, we're gonna fight UCLA, which even if everything goes our way, we still lose. But as for the other side of brackets, there's a few teams I haven't really looked at every single opponent, but there's a few teams that I'm scared against, and a few of them that are not. More of the teams are more similar to our comp, which is like a few really good players and a bunch of like good players, but not as good. Those teams I am more scared of. Since if they play well, they kind of just destroy me. They destroy all my top players. We get swept. But there's not much we could do. There's a lot of interesting games in the other side of bracket, so I'm curious to just watching them.
You know, UCLA I think they have a chance against their match. I'm kidding. No, I mean it's UCLA next. Even if we do win against Berkeley, I don't think that'll go very well for us. I'm excited for the third place match. I think that like depending on whoever loses in the lower bracket semis, it could be an interesting match. We're still probably not favored for it, but again, I'm really proud of how well this team has just like developed throughout the CTL season. I think that we can at least make kind of any match except maybe UCLA competitive.
I'm not sure if any team can make the UCLA match competitive,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But I guess moving forward, if obviously everyone expects UCLA to come out this side of the bracket, how do you feel on being on the side of the bracket with UCLA? Do you think it has its benefits, its downsides? What are your thoughts on that?
Benefits are one word you can use to describe getting 35 in Ode. But no, but in all honesty, I mean, it's definitely an honor to be playing at like the same time as, well, I mean, effectively the 2018 Golden State Warriors. This team is just going to be incredibly dominant for as long as they're capable of existing. And I'm happy that we're able to play them this year and like maybe measure up against how well we did last year.
I also think it's kind of beneficial for us to be on the side of the bracket with UCLA because we don't run into like one of the other top 3 teams in the first round or even Toronto is probably lower seeded than they should be. But yeah, we're kind of fortunate that we've run into Berkeley on our side of the bracket who were originally seeded lower than us.
out of the other side of the bracket, the teams that are favored to come out are Purdue, Toronto, or British Columbia. Out of those three teams, is there a specific team you would rather play in potentially a third, fourth place decider if you do manage to make it to semis?
Can't speak for everyone else on the team, but I think that a Purdue matchup would be fun. We did end up scrimming with Purdue's A team, like leading up to CTL, and alongside that, we have a bit of a like I guess you could call it internal conflict with one member of the Purdue B team. So setting up that matchup, I think could be fun. It'd be also just like I think it could honestly be pretty competitive if we continue our current form. And yeah, I just can't really guarantee anything with how certain situations have been unfolding within CTL, but yeah, if there's any matchup I'm looking forward to, it's definitely going to be that one.
I think either opponent, it'll be definitely an interesting watch or like a different interesting match in general. I think Toronto, their team comp is pretty similar to last year, so it's definitely winnable against them, even though they were seeded quite a bit higher. Or like by Glico, their Glico is a decent bit higher than us, so I think we do have a good shot against both teams. I think UBCEA would also be really fun because they have a lot of like high X ranks as well. So I feel like every match in that game would probably be really even.
Yeah, to add on, I am really looking forward to playing UBC because I feel like a lot of their players are like new, strong players that we haven't seen before, right? Like Sable is really strong. He's like one of their better players. Excited to play Plu as well. Shout out Plu. But I don't know. I think it'll be really interesting to play against them. Like Toronto, right? Basically same thing as last year. Played against them before. But yeah, I think the UBC playstyles on their team, like the players they have, would be really fun to play against as well. So hopefully it's a good match.
All right, sounds great. I hope you guys do really well in the playoffs. Actually, on that topic, do you think you can get second place again, like matching your performance from last year? Do you think you can get first this year? You never know.
I mean, I'd have to carry again, but we'll see what I can do.
We did get one round off cap, and if we can get one, you can get 7.
Oh,
and if you can get 7, you can win.
True.
Right.
Yeah, I think we're pretty confident that we're going to get second at last. That's like our bottom line.
I think I want to see Purdue make it pretty far. I thought LMNT impressed me a lot with his game against Cab, and I just messed with Purdue heavy, so I hope to see them make it far.
Actually, fun fact: Cookie, who I interviewed today for Purdue, also told me that you guys kind of suck, and he's gonna sweep Cab. So, any thoughts on that?
I'm interested. I mean, I guess I should answer this for myself. He's welcome to draft himself into me. That seems like really smart decision making on their part, and they definitely do want to sacrifice him into me. So if he does happen to sweep me, my bad. I suspect we'll win anyway, even if I get swept. But we'll see about that.
Are there any teams that you're interested in playing that you haven't played in the Swiss stage out of the ones in your side of the bracket? So either Waterloo or Purdue. Are you interested in playing any of those teams in the semis if you do make it?
Personally, I would be fine with either. I have some friends on both teams, so I think it'd be kind of fun to play against them. I know that as a whole, our team is interested in playing Purdue because obviously we haven't played them yet, and they're one seat above us, even though it's only by like 30 Glico or something. So I think that would be a really interesting match.
Anyone new would be ideal. Not too sure if there's anyone in particular.
To be honest, I'm just not too familiar with the other teams, but like obviously I am familiar with UCLA, and I think with Ford on our team, like with Ford on our team, we were seeded too. So if we do end up like going against them, I do kind of want to see how that plays out, and see if it's close or not, or if it's like a full sweep. I just want to see the outcome of that. But for any of the other matchups leading up to that, I'm not really sure.
Oh, actually, I believe there's a good chance you'll be selected for the CTL winner versus the rest of CTL match. So actually, do you have any insights on
Oh.
that?
Wait, that's actually happening?
I guess so. It's probably so. I mean, assuming that does happen, are you interested in that? Like, do you expect that to go well?
It's kind of scary to say that it might be close.
We have reached the donation incentive for the winner of CTL to be fighting the rest of the league, and since you guys are the favorites to win CTL, how do you feel about that going forward? Like, how do you expect to do against the rest of the league combined?
Isaac, you wanna try answering this? That should be chill. Easy win. Don't see any issues there. Wise guy. This guy's really smart.
Is there anything else that you'd like to say to your fans or to the other teams? Maybe talk a little bit of smack. We want a little bit of drama for the playoffs.
A little bit of drama. Grape, stay safe.
I've got a few.
Okay.
Where do we start? All right. From a first off standpoint, let's get these messages that I have from the other two members who could not make it here. Anand told me to say whatever I must in his name. So I'm gonna say Pentag, get on the A team next year. We're waiting on you. Hurry up. Then we have a message from Grape, who's already predicting the next matchup and is saying UCLA better watch out for a Kabuso Pie counter. Koopa Lover 18, the man who stood up last year and the man who's going to do it again this year. And then I guess just for me, Irvine, I'm a bit disappointed that you guys didn't manage to make it. We had a lot of scrim matches. I think that you guys are definitely still a strong team next year. I'm hoping that we can continue to have some fun matches in the future and maybe even have like a couple of scrim matches before our actual matches to help get us prepared. And yeah, it's been fun labbing things out with you guys.
I'll just say, don't sleep on us. Our point differential was pretty good for the matchups we got. So yeah, we've also improved a lot since seeding. So definitely watch out if you're not UCLA.
I just have to say that I have had a really fun time this year, just playing with all my teammates. I'm really proud of everyone. I'm really proud of our B and C teams as well, actually. And yeah, we're good. We're coming for you guys.
Fans.
Oh my god, I saw this one guy in the Twitch chat in our match who said I'm rooting for the Penguin. Like that guy is my goat.
Dude,
And
Gerber, you're famous. No, on the
happy to hear it.
names quiz, you were like top 5 or something.
What? What even is the names quiz?
I don't know. It was just a quiz that I think Tugger made that has everyone's CTL username on there, or Tetrio username. It was just a quiz to see how many you can get, and you were like one of the most named people.
Maybe it's because I don't change my name or go by many names. Like with the whole Milo Pony epidemic, it might be kind of hard.
Oh dear lord. Yeah, don't have much on that one other than Gruber's fan in chat. That one guy. Love that guy.
Oh yeah. I also want UCLA people to retire and graduate already. Like I want a first place badge. Like they're actually hogging it up.
To all the people rooting for us, mostly UCLA eSports staff and the B and C team, I hope we don't let y'all down. For the other teams, good luck.
Yo, I don't think there's any Red Guy fans out there anymore. If you were a previous Red Guy fan, I'm sorry for losing the Barons. I'm sorry for losing the Plu. I'm so sorry. In playoffs, I might make it up, but that's probably not going to happen. So,
bro, you've had some good sets though. You've had some good sets this tournament.
You might have. Is he 50%?
I mean, yeah, but like he destroyed Nakatagumi like in the first.
Oh yeah,
round.
and that guy beat Ben X.
Yeah, bro, that's like a good matchup.
Yeah. That's a proper pronunciation. No.
Unrestrained? Like how unrestrained are we talking?
We're gonna talk a little bit of smack. We do like drama here, but just at your discretion.
I mean, I don't think we have any particular beef with any of the teams that we're gonna probably end up playing.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But we can make
anything to say to fans?
That is true.
Sure, if you want to start drama. But, I mean, you also have fans who are rooting for you, so anything to say to them?
We have fans. We have fans.
Waterloo mentioned me.
Oh, yeah, you're super fans.
Yeah, I'm not even on the.
Waterloo should feel grateful that they might play against Pentag if he so deems himself worthy of playing that game.
I think we are very happy to be here. I think we're very happy that we seeded above UCLA B because they were seeded 8 before at the beginning, and then now we were placed 7th, and now they're still at 8. So we're very happy to at least beat that team. Everyone else is still higher than us, but it's okay. I think we're gonna just try our best. I think it's never impossible, you know.
Yeah, we've come this far. I'm pretty happy.
Thank you, CMU, for allowing us.
Yes, thank you, CMU guys.
I just want to say that friendship is magic.
Good luck to all of the other teams. I think we hope everyone has fun during these playoffs.
I got something. Yep.
If you are currently ranked X plus or higher in Tetrio, consider replacing me on the team next year.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much, UCLA, and good luck on your matches.
Thank you. Bye bye.